Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. This video is part of the YouTube series that I'm making called Zero to Hero Business Central. In this series, I already uploaded few videos on my YouTube channel. In this particular video, we are going to learn about different types of pages that we have in Business Central. So whenever you are building an application or Business Central extension, it is important that you pay attention to the user interface. The user interface can vary depending on the page type that you choose. So it is important for us to choose the right page type for the right user interface. So there are a couple of page types available. Currently, you can see I'm in the documentation for page types and layouts. In here, you can see there are a couple of page types outlined like role center, card, document list plus list, worksheet, standard dialog, confirm dialog, etc. etc. So basically, what we are now going to do is we are going to actually see all of these pages by an example in Business Central itself so that we can have better understanding of these page types and we can make better use of those page types. So first, if you see, we have a role center page type. Now I'm going to Business Central. Whenever you open Business Central, you will be landing on any of the role center pages. Like for example, if I click on my settings, in here you can see the role. So basically, currently I am a warehouse worker in warehouse management system. So this is the role center page. If you just inspect by Control Alt F1, here also you can see this is a page type role center. So if you wanted to build a role center like this, you can make use of page type role center. So basically, from role center you can navigate to different pages or you can view different statistics. Like for example, if I wanted to go to pending user task, I can navigate from here by just clicking on it. Currently I do not have any pending tasks, so it is not showing me any. So here basically you can also have my items and you can also have different charts. You can customize the role center page as you would like to. So this is what role center page is: overview of business performance and the start page for a specific user profile. So this will be a start page for a specific user profile. So basically we have profiles. In here, if you see profiles, in profiles, basically here we will be having multiple profiles. Also we can create our own profile, but for example, let's say this is a profile accountant, and in here you can see the role center ID. So basically, whenever you are creating your own profile, you'll also have to mention the role center ID. So for this particular profile, the role center will be this particular thing. So that is what the role center page is. And here you can see we have card page. So if I go to my customers, let me just navigate to customers and let me click on customers. And if I go inside customers, in here you can see this can be a customer card page. So whenever you are creating like customers, vendors, or anything, you can make use of card pages. So if you see, example, use master reference and setup data management. So basically this is what the customer card page is. And if I do inspect here, you can see this is a card page. Also you can navigate to vendors, so there also you can find vendors card page. So if you're also building something like this, you can make use of card pages. And if I come over here, we have document pages, transaction and other document management. Like for example, whenever you're doing transactions like purchase orders, sales orders, or any type of warehouse orders or like production orders, you can make use of the page type document. So if I navigate to my sales orders, in here you can now find the document page, which is this one. Let me actually do Control Alt F1. If I inspect the sales order page, here you can see the page type of sales order is document. So basically, if you are also creating something like this, the transactional, basically transaction and other document management, then you can make use of the document page type. Here you can see I have now list plus, so statistics, details, and related data management. So basically, if you wanted to show something like this, you can basically use list plus page type. We're also going to see what is the difference between list plus and list. So first, actually, let's see list plus. I have an example of a list plus page. So let me just go back. Here, let me just open config questionnaire, and basically let me just click on question areas. And in here, if I go inside, here you can see this is a list plus page. Basically in here we do not have any create or delete buttons. Basically we have one list plus page, and in list plus page also we have one list part page. So if you wanted to create something like this, you can go for the list plus page, and let me actually show you how it is different from list pages. In here you can see this is a list page where we have a couple of action buttons available, and here you can see I have shown the data in the form of list. So this is can be a list page. We can also have vendor list page where we can outline different types of vendors. Here we have outlined in lines in different rows the different customers. So this is a list page, and if you come over here, this is a list plus page. So basically that's what the difference between list and list plus pages. Now let us actually see the worksheet, line based data entry, task, and inquiries. So if you wanted to post journals, like for example we have item journal which is of type worksheet. If I go to my item journals, and in here you can now see this is of type worksheet. So if you wanted to build a journal for your app or your extension, and you wanted to have something like this, then you can go for the page type worksheet. So you can create journals something like this. So this is what the worksheet page type is. And if I go in here, we have standard dialog and confirmative dialog. So let me actually first show you how this standard dialog looks like. So if I come over here and if I just click on my settings, now here you can see this is a standard dialog page. So basically we have OK and cancel, and we have some fields over here. So that's how the standard dialog page looks. So if you wanted to create something like this dialog box, you can do that by using the standard dialog page type, and I can click on OK or I can click on cancel. So that is what standard dialog is. We are going to come back to this confirmation dialog. Basically confirmation dialog has two buttons which are yes or no, but we are going to come back to confirmation dialog at last. But now let us actually see navigate page. So if you wanted to navigate from one step to another step by pages, you can do that by wizard. Like we have wizards. So whenever we are doing assisted setup, let me go to my assisted setup. So in here, let me actually try to set up my setup outgoing email. And if I click on this one, it is going to actually open a wizard page. So here you can see this is a navigate page, but we can also call it wizard page. And this is basically used to set up your extension or your application. So whenever you are building application and you wanted to set up your application with some data or with some setup, then you can actually choose this navigate page or wizard page. Like here we are basically setting up the outgoing email, and if I click on next, it is going to open one more wizard page. And in here also I can choose basically whatever the option that I wanted. So this is what the navigate page is, and let me just click on cancel because we don't want to set up anything for now. And in here now you can see card part page. Now let us actually see a card part page. Card part page can be embedded on another page such as in fact boxes, or you can also have them on the rule center page. So if I go to my rule center page, let me just go back all the way till my role center, and in here now here you can see I have chosen user task, but it is of type card part. So you can basically create card part pages to embed the card page inside another page. So this is what the card part page is. You can also embed card part page in fact box also. If I go to my, let's say I wanted to go to customers, and let me go to customers, and now let me actually do the inspect again, control alt F1. Here if I choose this one, here also you can see this is card part. So card part can be embedded on role center page, or it can be embedded anywhere inside fact boxes. Like currently on customers page you can see the fact box which is card part. Now let us actually see list part. So if I go to my sales orders. Let me go to sales orders. Basically, I'm going to show you sales lines, which is of type list part. So here, if I click on this one, do the inspect, and then me let me click on this one. Now here you can see this is a list part. So list part is basically how we have list page, but it is actually going to embed inside another page. So it is basically embedded to the main page sales order, which is of type document. So this is of type list part. So that is what list part is. And headline part is basically used to embed pages on the headline in rule center pages, like a page that is embedded in rule center page to display relevant insights from across the business. Like for example, let me actually go to my rule center page. Let me go to my rule center page. In here, now here you can see this is a headline part. If I click on this one, here you can see this is basically a headline part. And the page is headline RC warehouse worker WMS, but it is of type headline. So headline part can be used on the role center page. Now let us actually see the one which we have missed, which is confirmation dialog page. So it is going to show confirmative or exceptional dialogues such as warning. So if you wanted to show confirmation dialogues to the user, then you can basically go for confirmation dialog. Basically, I'm going to go to my AL Explorer, and here basically let us actually find one confirmation dialog page. The confirmation dialog, yeah, here you can see check credit limit, and if I run this one, now here you can see this is what the confirmation dialog looks like. It has both yes and no. You can use this type of page whenever you wanted to show something to the user and you want him to say yes or no, then you can go for confirmation dialog pages. Also, we have prompt dialog, user control host, configuration dialog. This is in preview, but let us now actually see what is prompt dialog. I'm going to go to this particular learn document page, and in here you can see if you wanted to build a page something like this, you can go for prompt dialog. And if you wanted to show user control host, basically if you wanted to embed one website and you wanted to show that to the user, then you can basically create user control host. The page type is user control, and in here basically you can now show the web page to the user basically by using the user control host. So that's all that I have about different page types in Business Central. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to my channel. I'll be uploading more videos in this particular series called Zero to Hero Business Central. If you wanted to support me in this particular journey of creating a course, and that too free for everyone, you can just do that by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.